I just went for a walk. It's a trail by my house. And, I had a thought. And I'm seeing all these people who are out of shape, 40-inch plus waist, right? Shit hanging over, man tits, whatever. And I get there, they're there, and then by the time I leave, they're still walking, right? When I walk, I'm using it to burn some calories. I know it's not the main objective when it comes to losing weight. What I'm noticing is these people think they can outwork their diet with walking. And can you do that? If you can do it, you can do it for a short period of time. And that's really it. At some point, you're just not going to be able to keep up with it. If we're talking about somebody who's eating shitty food and they think they're going to walk their way into a consistent deficit, into a lean physique. Could you lose a little bit? Maybe, but you're going to be expending so much effort for very little reward because you're eating too much. If you just reduced your calories, that effort would show so much more. But I had the thought, and I'm like, I kind of want to make a video on this because it's like very natural for me to talk about and something that I see a lot. The intent with the walking is, it's like they tell me, well, that's, I walk this amount. That's pretty good, right? And I want to say to them, you're missing the idea of what this is about. If you can build muscle mass, see, this is the issue. They want to talk as this is even for women too. The women, they're going in groups of 2, 3, 4, and they're all talking as they're walking. The issue is you're never pushing the threshold to where you actually stimulate or damage muscle mass, which then is going to allow you to burn more calories for the rest of the day, right? Because of the post-exercise oxygen consumption, all that shit. And over time, you're going to have more muscle, which means just idling, right? Like just idling in your car, you're going to burn more fuel. So me just sitting here, if I have more muscle mass, I think they say it's like 50 calories for every pound of muscle. I believe that's what it is. If that's not correct, then whatever, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So if you go from 120 pounds of muscle and then you go to 130 pounds of muscle, you can do the exact same thing and eat 500 more calories per day. And it's the same thing. That's really where that's how staying lean becomes a lot easier. You don't have to do your hour walk, your hour speed walk every morning just to get the calories burned. Right? Let's say you're burning 250 calories there. Well, if you just spent a couple years training, all of a sudden you don't have to do that, and you just burn that just by existing because the muscle mass is doing the job. It's a delayed gratification, but it's also understanding what you're doing, because if you understand what you're doing, you have a lot more confidence with doing that. If you don't know, then you just kind of like not really that motivated to do it because you're not sure why you're doing it. Reason. I'm doing this for this. Okay, that makes sense to me, right? Purpose, motivation. I'm going to do that now because I'm getting this. It's clear. But the people are lost. They don't have a clear understanding of how to actually lose weight and stay lean and get a good result for the amount of effort they're putting in. These people are walking hour, 2 hours, right? Like 5 miles. 3 miles an hour, 20 minutes, you're doing a mile. So 5 miles, an hour and 40 minutes? Hour and 40 minutes, yeah. And they're not losing any weight. They still got shit all over their stomach and their lower back. And shit hanging here. And I can't see their kneecaps. They're just, right? It's just a fucking pole. Swollen. I understand there's, whatever, diseases and shit like that. But if you lose weight, that seems to go away somehow. Or a very decent chance that it's going to go away, or it's going to prevent it from happening for most people. I know some people will get that anyway, whatever. I went from 162 pounds in February, and today I'm 148. So I'm down 14 pounds, and the only form of cardio that I do is I do a 10-minute walk, 10, 12-minute walk in the morning. I don't even think about the calories. I just know I do 10, 12 minutes. And then I do maybe like another one of those like 10 minutes in the middle of the day. And then I'll do a bigger walk at the end of the day. I do a 30-minute walk. That's 50 minutes, but it's spread out. And I'm using it just to keep my body moving, keep my hips flexible, getting my leg back, right? Because we sit like this most of the time. Using it for lymph drainage because the lymphs don't really have their own pump. It's by muscle contraction. Overall sense of well-being. Calorie burn, yes. So all those things. You could even talk about keeping my blood sugar down, whatever. I mean, I'm very lean anyway, so I'm not really concerned with that. But digestion, whatever, keeping my stomach from being too full. Just keeping the machine moving. Whenever I don't move, I don't feel as good. Whenever I move, my body feels better, my mind is better. When I move excessively, I don't know if I feel very much better. I'm kind of using it instinctively when my body needs to move. So the point of this video, the walking is to burn calories, increase sense of well-being, keep your body flexible, specifically the hips, keeping your hips extended because you don't really get that much when you're sitting. You don't get that at all. It'll burn calories, yes, but if you just reduce your calories, build muscle mass, you'll be able to eat more food and maintain or lose weight, depending upon what you're trying to do. Most people are trying to lose weight. This video is so that people can lose weight. More muscle mass, you can eat the same amount of food and lose weight. The walking is just to keep the machine moving a little bit. Burn some calories, yes, so that you don't have to reduce your food even more. But if you're going to eat 2,500 calories and do 2 hours of walking, to me it makes a lot more sense to go to 2,000 and do an hour of walking, or however the math plays out. It's fatiguing too. And you're fatiguing your body, and it's not even really stimulating that much. You're just burning calories. It's a lot of repetition too. So over time, the joints are getting used more, open, close, whatever, over and over and over. But if you can put yourself in good positions in the gym, under good load, right? Pull something towards you heavy, push something with your legs, chest, all that. Less likely to break bones. You're going to be stronger, first of all. So everything else is going to be easier. Walking upstairs, taking a shower. Your ability to tolerate pain outside of the gym will increase. Confidence will go up. There's a lot of benefits in the gym, but if we're just talking about losing weight, muscle mass, right, damaging it, post-exercise oxygen consumption, which means you're basically going to continue to burn calories after you work out. It's a big trauma response. But I'm going to leave it off with, do your walking, but all I'm saying is you're not lean, so reduce your calories and the weight will come off. But people have a very hard time with that. I understand that. It's not easy to do. But that is like the magic in creating a good physique. Not even for bodybuilding, just get your waist smaller than your shoulders at least. I mean, for men, I think mainly men would watch this. Get your waist in so your V-taper improves. Your face isn't as fat. It's like a bit sharper, right? I mean, a swollen face is not a sign of good genetics. It shows the machine is not working properly, right? Like the lymph system isn't removing fluid or whatever, all that stuff, right? Puffiness in the eyes. I mean, that's lack of sleep also will improve all that as well. But yeah, it's just something that I've seen, and I've seen it a lot. I mean, up to the point where I'm like, I gotta make a video on this because I think, man, people are confused. They must be, because they just can't seem to figure out that the walking is not what it is, and speed walking is not going to do it either. It's not. It's a simple movement. It's not. To me, it's not. You're not in great shape if you can walk. I can walk 3 miles. Okay, cool. Can you even bench your body weight? Can you even squat your body weight? Can you pull down 150 for a couple reps, 5, 6, 7, 8 reps as a man? I mean, can you even do that? I'm not saying that's the benchmark, but I mean, how's your strength? You know, one of the key things when you age is your strength. Show me an old person, even show me a young person with not a lot of strength, and he or she will not be very trained for discipline in every other avenue of their life. They're gonna have a hard time walking upstairs. They're gonna have a hard time tolerating pain in any other way. Show me someone who's strong. It's muscle mass, but it's also the strength. They go together, yeah. They're very correlated. Give me someone who's old and has a lot of strength, and I'll show you someone who can get up off the couch. They can still get their groceries. They can still drive their car. They can still walk upstairs fine. They can most likely walk in a more youthful way. I mean, the strength is such a key component. I don't care if they can walk 3 miles at whatever pace. It's the strength and the power that they can develop from the weightlifting. And then the food they just can play with if they want to increase weight or decrease weight. And the walking is just a secondary thing to keep things burning calories, increase your sense of well-being, get some sunlight, right? Increase your dopamine, serotonin. That is where the magic is, not multiple hours of walking. So I just was thinking about it, and I haven't made a video in a while on this channel, but I just can't see it anymore without thinking, like, do they not understand what to do? Because if I understand, I should say that, and maybe they'll do it. I get it, it's difficult. But if you actually want to lose weight, then you should do some form of weightlifting. It's not complicated, just simple movements. Simple movements performed well with high effort so that you can actually finally push the threshold enough to damage muscle. When you walk, this will be the last thing. When you walk, you're never pushing the needle far enough to actually recruit a response in the body, a stress response. So if you notice, these people are generally thin, no glutes. Like for women, women usually don't have, well, the women that walk a lot usually have thin legs, not a lot of glute material. Glute tissue, whatever. Men, a bunch of shit around their stomach, and hanging here. I mean, that's the type of exercise that you are telling your body. I need to move for an hour or two. Muscle is heavy, requires a lot of fuel to keep it there. I'm going to get rid of it and burn it up so that you can become a more efficient machine for the exercise choice that you have chosen, which is 2 hours of walking. Right? So you're going to basically be thin and fat. That's generally what you see if you just look around. Yeah, there are some people that are fit, but they're weight training too. The weight training is what keeps the shapely, denser physique where you can eat more food and you don't have to do 4 hours of walking or whatever. So just think about it and adjust what you need to be, to get to the objective. I mean, that's what it is about, right?